Morning, Les.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Let's get this sorted. Right, we're recording. The sound is on. Let's get the show on the road. Right, so share my screen. Screen one. There we go. Okay. Now, what I'll do is, if I do this, can you see all of that on the screen? What can you see?
We can see your what's it, back screen on your laptop or computer. Yeah, I can see all of that.
Can you see all the trading view?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So then I can just go like that, and you should be able to see.
Yeah.
See trader on the right, not on the left.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Okay. So if you're interested, there's a Black Friday sale there on TradingView. If you want, if you want to get some more time on there, you want to buy some more time, they'll just add it on. All right. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to just start from the basics, just so you've got an understanding of what's going on, and then I'll point you in the right direction for Swipecoin Scalper. We'll go through that. And I'll show you what you can do. Right now, when we start trading on this, please just do it on demo. Do not use real money yet, because it's something new what you need to get used to. Okay, so we're going to talk about Swipecoin Scalper this morning. I won't be on too long. I'm not going to make it a big drawn out session. Everything done there. Okay, so first off, when you log into im.center, okay, I can't remember whether I did this on any of the videos, but if you're still on HFX pack and you want to keep it, that's fine. You can add Swipecoin on. The only thing you don't get on Swipecoin add-on is the DCX harmonic scanner, right? Or that's the only thing you don't get. So if you want to do that, you can do that, right? If you want to do that, you can do that. You just go into your back office, and you can switch your pack that way to DCX, right? That's pretty straightforward. I think most people have understood what's going on, and I think we've done that now.
I think I've switched over to DCX. I think you have, haven't you, Bob? Now.
Yes, I've done so as well. Yeah, I've switched over.
I've kept the hourglass add-on for now.
Yeah, mine's run out now, so I've lost it. So which is okay. I'm not too fussed about that at the minute, because I'm going to be using Ignite. Right, we're going to be using. Well, I'm going to be using Ignite for HFX trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, why are you doing that, Les?
Because the strategy is how to use it is. I like the fact that you've got what's called an Ignite candle, and you can go down to the 1 minute time frame. But I'll talk about that.
All right. Okay.
On another session. Or I've got time today. I want to be off here by 10:30.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Right. So if you log into Academy products, you should be looking at something like this. Just click on DCX, and this is what you get. You've got Swipecoin Scalper, Harmonics DCX, and My Swipecoin. Right. Or one of the things I would strongly suggest you do is go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and download the Swipecoin app. Okay, do that, right? Because what I want you to do is the Swipecoin app is going to give you some alerts. Okay, So on your Swipecoin app, once you've done that, just make sure I've got this right so I can show you. That's right. We'll come back to this in a minute.
Is it just called Swipecoin, Les? Because I'm on the Apple now and it's not coming up with it. I think it was an IM Swipecoin.
I'll show it. You should be able to see, so I'm in the App Store, and if you just type in Swipecoin,
Okay.
there it is there.
That one didn't come up.
That's it there. Swipecoin. Look a little bit different on Android phones.
I'm looking for it on my iPad, but it's just not recognising it at all.
On your iPad?
Yeah.
It's because it's an iPhone app.
Oh, right. Oh, it's only iPhone.
Okay, it's an iPhone app.
Got you.
But you should be able to put it on an iPad, right?
Okay.
If you Google, when you go into your settings on the App Store, you should be able to search for iPad and iPhone apps. Right?
Okay.
I can't remember how you do it.
Okay, I'll look into that, Les.
But you can definitely do it, and you'll be able to put it on your iPad.
Right, I've downloaded Swipecoin now on my iPhone.
Right,
Yeah.
now that you've downloaded it on your iPhone, you should, when you go on your iPad, you should be able to access it when you go to the App Store. Now, on the iPad, I haven't got mine to hand, but on the iPad, when you go into it, you can search for iPad and iPhone apps.
Okay.
So you need to change it to that, Debbie.
Okay.
And then
Great.
what will happen is you'll get Swipecoin, it will have a little cloud.
Yeah.
And you just need to tap on that and it'll put it on your iPad and it'll work from there.
Okay, brilliant, Les. I'll sort that out.
Okay. Now once you've got it on, are you all right with that, Bob?
Yeah, no, I've downloaded it, no problem at all.
Excellent. Now once you've got it on, it'll look like it should look something like this, right? Now at the top left up here, just under where it says App Store on my phone, there's 3 little bars. If you just tap on there, and you can go all the way down to where it says notification settings, just under this to the moon.
Yeah.
Notification settings. And if you tap on that, you can then set up all your alerts on here.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got all your alerts are already, it defaults to them all.
Yeah.
So you can get all your alerts through. And what will happen is every time something new comes up, you will get an alert. All right. Now, the main one for Swipecoin Scalper is where it says automated Swipecoin Scalper alert. Right.
Yeah.
What that does is every time there is a sell or a buy alert on the Swipecoin app, it will give you a little message. What should come up? So find a one. And when the last one was, but I was just going through my messages.
Would you recommend initially, Les, just leave having the Swipecoin alert on and turn the...
Sorry?
Would you initially recommend just having the Swipecoin alert on and turn all the others off for the time being until we get ahead?
If you just have them all on, because you don't get that many, it's not going to drive you mad. It's not like
Oh, okay.
Telegram or Messenger or anything like that. You know, it doesn't drive you mad.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can the time of day, if you want. So if you only want it on, you know, you get it between 8 and 5. If you want it, if you have the US session on, you get them from 8 till 10, and if you have the Asian session on, you just get them constantly.
Right.
Now, what will happen is, I'm going to explain, is that whenever you get something on here, like Picasso's brain chat, he basically just talks about, you know, what he's thinking. You've got leverage chat, which will give you setups. You've got exchange chat, which gives you setups, and there's also crypto talks. There's loads of different things come up, but in the main, you don't get that many a day. It's not going to overwhelm you. All right.
Okay. Yep.
So we've got a setup on here, right? Straight away on the front here. This is from a guy called Nick Gomez. He's doing something called XRP USD. Right, as a crypto pair. All I would say to you is to start off with, we're only going to be trading Bitcoin against the US dollar and Ethereum against the US dollar. Okay. So you don't need to pay too much attention to these. You can have a look at them if you want, but you know, you don't have to. Down on the right hand side here, down here, you can see that there's a number 3, and what that's telling me is there's 3 unread chat messages. So I just tap on that and open it up, and it's showing me some of the messages down here from different people. Right? So if we just scroll down to the bottom, the last one was Nick Gomez, and that was his trade, right? Another one, what we just looked at.
Yep.
Yeah. This trade he gave out yesterday, right? It hit.
Wow.
Last night, and it hit 200 plus pips, right? Now, don't get confused with these pips, right? Because they work differently to a normal Forex pip.
Oh, I was going to ask you that question, Les.
Yeah, but if you go down here, you can see, for example, Picasso there, he's telling you when he's on next on live. Now, crypto Picasso, right? He created the Swipecoin Scalper. All right. So if you want to go on the channel, you can just tap on it, and it'll take you into go live. You've got to log in and stuff like that, and it'll take you straight there. If you want to do that from your phone or your iPad, right? You've got to log into it. It's the same with Nick Gomez. It just pop up here. It'll give you information on what's happening on this leverage chat, right? Now, there's also other chat in here where you can use this exchange chat, right? A lot of it's advanced. But maybe if you just do a scalper chat, right? Or an on-scalper chat, you will see the trades that come out. Okay. Now, when you scroll down through these, so the last one was at 7 AM this morning where we had a buy on Bitcoin, right? Buy on Bitcoin US dollar. Okay. Now, what it'll do is it'll tell you to log in to swipecoin.im. If you tap on that link, this is what happens. You get this thing up. Just tap on member login. It's a little bit long-winded at the minute. You just need to acknowledge the EULA. And then you get this up, right? And basically this is the app. The app on your phone. You just need to go to these 3. It's a little bit complicated at the minute. You just need to go to these 3 bars at the top right. And go down to where it says Scalper in bold. Bottom here. And you tap on that. And then you've got to log in again. Right? Now, if you've already previously logged in, it won't let you log in. You've got to try. What it does is it'll see you already logged in. Just do it again, and it'll log you out, and then it'll log you back in.
Yeah, it doesn't want too many logins, does it?
So on this, when you get this up, I'd strongly recommend you watch this video if you haven't watched it already. Okay, this is Swipecoin Scalper. It's about a 17-minute video, and it just explains a little bit of how you can use this. Just tap on close, and it'll come up. Right now, what we've got here, what I want to show you, right? Just going to zoom in here. You can do this on your phone. He's giving you some information here, and what he's telling you is breaking close below 58,672 will confirm the sell. Right? So this is the break. This is the break here. There's the sell. This is the break and close here, and this is when you would enter. Right on. Now what you can do is you can set an alert on trade view, or if you've got C Trader, you can set an alert on C Trader, and you'll get it. You should get it on your phone.
Yeah.
You put that on, or on your iPad, and it'll tell you when price touches 58,672. So you don't have to sit and watch it all the time waiting for it, because sometimes it'll come down to this area and it'll touch it and it'll go back up. So we'll just set the alert so you can go and have a look. Now these are 15-minute candles. Okay, so you can see that when it's a 15-minute candle, you've got a little bit of time, depending on when the alert goes off, obviously, but you've got a little bit of time to get yourself set up. So basically, when price touches this, you would have still had at least 15 minutes to come in and maybe get yourself ready to take this trade. Okay, so all you're waiting for is it to close, which it did. It's broke it, and then it's closed below it, and then you would enter the trade here. And then off it goes. You can see there, quite a dramatic drop. Bitcoin's done this morning. All right, it's just starting to level off there now, so it looks like it's hit its level. This is in crypto trading or Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. This is an impulse move, right? Or this is where it's dropped rapidly. You can see these are 15-minute candles. So from here, we've had quite a few big drops, a little bit of correction, tiny little pullbacks, but generally speaking, we've had like a big drop all the way down here. So this has moved something like 3,000, nearly $4,000, right? $4,000 move. So this is the volatility of Bitcoin, right? Or of how it moves. We can see there that last trade when it came up, it was a good call. If you took that, you would have won that trade, right? Or very little drawdown. There was a pullback here up to this area here, but you know that would have been a good call. That good.
On this, we're doing what we'd normally do with on Forex in terms of trailing stop loss and all that stuff.
I'll come to that in a minute.
Okay.
So I'm just showing you that on the phone, right?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to the economy products, where you can get the alerts on the phone, and you can, it's not they will come up. The scalper alerts come up every time one comes out. You'll get an alert. I just wanted to show you that if you're using your phone, so you don't have to be chained to your computer. If you download the Swipecoin app, it will give you alerts of when there are potential setups and potential trades. Okay, so I only want us to use Swipecoin Scalper for now, because it's quite simple to do. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually log in to my Swipecoin, and you can go to the scalper this way. So this is just this is just a view now of it on my PC. All right, so watch this video, because he gives you a few tips on it, right? So what you would do is, if we go back to this alert, which we had the last one at 7 o'clock this morning, where it's give us the sell, there's a couple of things you have to watch out for. Okay, price must be below this gold line. This golden line is a 50 EMA, right? So the price or the candles must be below, right? So you might get a sell, but it might be above it. You might get a buy, and it might be below it, right? The price must be, for a sell, it must be below. For a buy, it must be above. And you wait for the break and close, right? Now, in the video at the start there, if you watch it, what they do is they use the long and short position as a measurement. Okay, so obviously this is a short position from here. But what I want you to do is, it has to be just as a little, it does break here, right? It does break here, but we need it to be a good break, right? It has to be 100 pips, right? Now, don't be put off by 100 pips on Bitcoin and Ethereum. because 100 pips isn't that many. That's it there. There you go. That's it about there, right? So you can see you really need to be waiting for it to break below there. So this one, just pull back if you want to be impatient. You could have got in. It's a winning trade. You know, you would have won that. But if you just waited, right, for it to break and close, it would actually be in this candle, right? So you would have got in the trade down here, right? You really needed to confirm that you're waiting for the candle to close. So you could get in here if you wanted to. But if you want to be sure, just wait for it to move 100 pips in the right direction and close. So it didn't do it on that candle, but it certainly did on this candle. So you would have ended the trade here. So what to do for this one is you want short position. Just bear in mind, you have got time to do this. This here. Right, so when I put this on here, right, it's going to give us, this is going to come on this short position. What we're going to do is we're going to reduce it to 300. Right, your stop loss is going to go down to 300. I'm going to move that to 300. Which is about there. And you can tidy this up. When you go to settings, go to coordinates, and you can just make this all zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And we'll do the same on this one. There you go. So what we've got now is we've got an entry. We've got a stop loss of 300, and we're going to take profit of 300, right? So it's a one-to-one trade here. However, you can actually do TP1, TP2, and TP3. All right. Now, don't get put off by 300 pips and 300 pip take profit, because actually, when you go into your broker, depending on the type of broker you've got, whether you're trading in micro lots, mini lots, or standard lots, generally most of them do all of them, depending on which account you've got. But if we're using IC markets, for example, when you go to C Trader, 30,000 pips, right? 30,000 pips on C Trader, right, is 30 pips, right? So what we're going for here is 30 pips, right? 30 pip stop loss, 30 pip win. It's one-to-one. I'll show you the C Trader in a minute, how that works, how that sets up, and how you can actually work it out, right? Well, as a rule, right, if you're going to trade Bitcoin, US dollar, you need a minimum of $250, right, in your account. You can't get away with less, but really, I would say a minimum $250. And now, if you've got an IC Markets account, the minimum deposit's $200 anyway, right? So you get away with $200, but you're going to be using a really small lot size, 0.01, but I'll explain in a minute, right?
Les, can you use MT4?
Yeah, you can use MT4 if you want to use a different broker.
I've never used C Trader, that's all.
Well, if you want to use MT4, you can certainly do that. It still works out the same.
Okay, brilliant.
MT4, you put the price in. Okay, and I'll show you that in a minute. MT4, you put the price in. So when I've drew this up now, and I've got my 300 pip stop loss, and I've got my 300 pip take profit, where the price is 58741, you're going to put that in as your stop loss, right? And your take profit, if you go for 30 pips, it's going to be 58141.03, right? This gives you extra 5 digits after the point, but you only really need the first 2. Okay, so when you do it on MT4, and you can do it on C Trader as well, you just put in 58741, 58741.03 is a stop loss, and your take profit, if you just go for 30 pips, is 5813, 8.25. Okay, so you can see there, this would have been easily a winning trade. You would have had a little bit of drawdown here to this point. And then of course, you've got to do a minimum of 30 pips on this because it gets quite volatile, right? Or it can be volatile. These impulse moves. But what we're doing, the way these are set up, is the algorithm is going to give you an alert generally when it thinks there's going to be an impulse coming on. Now, these black lines don't always appear, okay? They don't always appear, and you don't always get some information, right? So what you've got to take into account is, yes, you're going to get anywhere. You're probably going to get, I would say, about 5 to 6 trades a day, okay? 5 to 6 trades a day, and you're going to get alerts, right? Where you're going to get sells and you're going to get buys, right? Now, most of the time, there will be a black line drawn on, and it'll give you this information. So you're breaking close below or breaking close above, and it's going to give you a price. And all you need to do is set an alert for that. When it hits that price, right, you just need to come on here, get your long and short position, and just draw it on here, get the price, right, where you want it, and you can just input the price, whether it's on MT4 or whether it's on C Trader. You can just put the price for your sell, for your stop loss, and your price for your take profit, and it's always market execution, right? It's always market execution. Now, if you come on, you can be a little bit cute about this. If you come on here, now I'm looking at these candles. These are all 15-minute candles, so I don't know the tail of it, but you can enter on the close of this candle or the opening of this candle, right? So this candle actually opened up here, and it got a little bit. So you know, if you want to get in on that on the opening of the next candle, it's fine, but you're just waiting for the close of this candle, and you can see there, and it did pull back a little bit up to here, right? So wherever your market execution is when you enter the trade, it's quite possible that you could have entered the trade up here and not suffered any drawdown. It's also possible that you could have entered the trade a little bit further down and still got some drawdown on here, and then it's gone on the win. Okay, so you know the price, you can just jot that down, or you can have this up and just type it straight into MT4. Right? I've tried it both ways. It's either or. It doesn't matter. Do on C Trader, MT4, just put the price in. Well, the reason I use C Trader works it out because you can just look at your dollar risk, if you like, or your pound risk or your euro risk, right? Because you only really want to be risking no more than 3%, right? Or anywhere from 1, 2, or 3%. It's entirely up to you on what you want to risk. One of the other things you can do on here is you can have a TP1, a TP2, and a TP3. So a TP1 will be this price here, 58141, and then all you would do is just stretch this down to 600, which would be TP2. It will be round about this price, and then you can go for TP3 as well, right? Which will be 900. Okay. So you've got a 1 in 3 trade here, and you know, generally speaking, you're not in the trade that long. We look from your entry to there. You've only been in the trade a couple of hours. You're getting out 90 pips. All right. So it's a 1 to 3 trade there. Okay. Just check the chart there. Danny's gone. Didn't know he was on. So that's how you would set that up. All right, so it's up to you. You can just go for 30, you can go for 1. Now, once you're in the trade, or if you use an MT4 and you've got some expert advisors on, you know, you can actually have it set up to take TP1s, TP2s, and TP3s anyway. You can set it up with trailing stops. All I would advise is don't have a trailing stop on until you're in profit, because this can move 10, 15 pips easily, right? Now, when I say 10, 15 pips in Bitcoin terms, it's going to be 100 to 150 pips. It can do that, no problem. So it's really important that if this starts to move your way and your trailing stop's coming down, and just say your trailing stop gets to here, and then it reverses on you, you're going to get stopped out and you're going to lose that trade. All right, and you're going to lose that trade with a loss because of your trailing stop. Right, well, so what you want to do is, this is what I do, and I'll show you when I go on to CTrader in a minute. You can do the same with MD4. Is that once you've got it settled, is that once you're in profit of 10 pips, I normally do, as soon as it hits 10 pips, my stop loss automatically moves to break even. Once it does that, I will then put a trailing stop on, and then I will trail the trade as it goes down. Probably might have got stopped out here, right, on this, but it just depends what you're going for. All right, but that's just trade management. But at the minute, Swipecoin Scalper, this is what you're looking for. If you get an alert and you come on and there is no other information, there's no black line drawn on, there's no information saying this, right? Well, I would say that those trades are a little bit riskier. There's nothing stopping you taking them. There's nothing stopping them taking them. But what you want to do is you want to wait for the break. You want it to close above the 50. Yeah, mate. But you did with a buy, so you would enter the trade there. Long position on. You would take the trade here. It's 30 pips. You want to do it that way. 30 pip stop loss. Okay. So you can see there, it does hit your 30. You can move this up to your 600. You can go up to your 900. It's quite possible that there would have been some information on here at that time. But every time a new sell or a new buy comes out, that information gets removed and it'll get rewritten on here or written or painted on here. So there's another opportunity there. You can see here's the sell. Right on. So if we look at that sell, I'm just going to get rid of that off there. The short position here. $300. You can see there, it moved a little bit into profit. And then that trade went against us. Right, so you would have lost that trade if you took it. Okay. Trade management wise, it went down to about 14 pips. So if you think about it, which I've just said, as soon as I hit 10 pips, I would have been a break even and I would have had a trailing stop on it. So when that come against me, right, when that come against me, I would have got stopped out at 5 pips. So that would have been a winning trade at 5 pips. Okay. So again, you're going to get buys here. Right, so one here for a buy to above the line. You can see it does come back, but it goes for a sell here, goes for a buy there. That one, you might have lost that one, I'm not quite sure. You're not going to win every trade. There's a sell there, there's a buy there. So you can see that it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. And that is one strategy you can use, okay? And it's just basically 1 for 1, so it's a 30 pip stop loss, go for a 30 pip take profit. However, you can go for 90 pips or 900 as the case is on here. So you can go for 60, 90, you can have a TB1, you can have a TB2, and you can have a TB3 if you want to do that. You can certainly have them set up on CTrader. You have to be in the trade, but I know on MT4 with some of the expert advisors or the EAs as they're called, what you can get on there. You can actually set them up before you actually get into the trade, and it's all, it just fires it in, put your TB 1, 2, and 3 in. You can set up a trail and stop, you can do all that stuff as well. All right, but it's all about trade management. So that's basically how this Swipecoin Scalper works, right? And that is the strategy, what you'll see on the little video. Okay, now just to finish up on Swipecoin Scalper, there is one more strategy you can use, and there's a guy called Sean, I can't pronounce his surname, Sean spelled S-A-U-N, but it's pronounced Sean. Sean also has what's called a blueprint strategy, right? Now the blueprint strategy works a little bit differently. He still uses Swipecoin Scalper, but what he does is he actually changes candles to a line, right, to a line graph, and he also adds in an indicator called super trend. Okay. Now, once you've got super trend on, you need to go to the object tree, go to super trend, and you need to change these to 1 and 1. Okay. And what Sean does is he's got a great little strategy, and the reason he uses the line graph, right? Well, I'll just take the super trend off for now. But what he does is, what I like about it is, if you were following Henry Moore, Dr. O, they use what's called the double blessing strategy. But basically, what Sean does on the blueprint strategy is he just basically draws horizontal lines on. And you can do it a lot easier when it's a line graph. That's why he does it. What he's looking for is touches. Floors and ceilings is a little one there in between it as well. And then he looks for touches. If he goes to the left, he wants to see how many touches there is in the last so many days, right? So we haven't had any on there for quite a while. So we're going to have to go up here a little bit further. But I mean, that is a big drop, by the way. So it's probably going to be up here. There. And what you can see is you can see touches, right? You can see touches on here. So what he's doing is he's confirming where the major areas of support and resistance are on this, and then he will take a trade based on that. Just move that down there because that's just leveling off. So it's been a while since it's been down here, because as you know, Bitcoin's been up quite recently, made an all-time high. There will be something on there. You need to go for a higher time frame to do that. But basically, all Sean is doing, and I'll put it in as simple terms as possible, is he's identifying support and resistance, and he waits for the breakout. He waits for what's called the impulse move. Excuse me. And he waits for the candle to break and close above by 100 pips. But he waits for it to break and close below by 100 pips. That signals an impulse move, and then he can take a trade on that. And he uses price alerts on TradingView. Okay, that's it's a pretty simple 4-step strategy, this one. Or you can use Scalper for as well. You can use it in conjunction with when you get buys and sells on here as well, if you want to. As soon as you get an alert, you can come on and you can draw some lines on here. And then you can start saying to yourself, right, okay, I've got a buy there. Is it going to, has it broke out above this line? Count the touches when it's been above it. You can see there's quite a few here. So that's a guarantee, that's a confirmed breakout there. Yeah, that one looks about right there. And all I'm doing is looking at these touches, these points. Can be a bit easier to do. You might need to just move it a little bit just to suit. so you can see where the touches are. So we can see here, it breaks out. The sell does do it here, but it's not really one there, one there, one there. So we've got a few. So that one, there's another strategy you can use as well. I'm not going to go into one that too much detail, but what I will say is go live. Okay, go to your go live. I'll just open that up. Go into go live. Go to DC X Academy. And my recommendation is right here. He is Sean Guntersen, right? Guntersen. Sean Guntersen. He's on 3 times a week, sometimes 4. I think he was on 5 times last week. So he chops and changes, but he's definitely on. Now, he's obviously on in the early hours of the morning for us. But just go and watch his recordings. And if we go into Sean's recorded sessions and scroll down, you can see here how to run the blueprint strategy for beginners. Okay. How to run the blueprint strategy for beginners. That's what you want to watch. Scalper Tuesday, blueprint strategy, how to profit off Swipecoin. Okay, so you want to watch these because I think this is a really good strategy. It's very, very similar to what we've been doing in HFX with double blessing of support and resistance, of hourly key levels and stuff like that. Okay, so do watch that. All right, now the other guy who I mentioned was Picasso. So crypto Picasso, right? He's the guy here. Click on him. He has got some favorite sessions on here, and he uses Swipecoin. He gets a little bit more technical. There's a lot of stuff on here. This guy's a genius, but he does look at scalper training. So if you pick them out, you know, he does do the training on it of how to use Swipecoin Scalper. He did invent it. It is his baby. Best way to use Swipecoin app and Scalper. Okay. He's more of a swing trader. You know, that's what he likes to do. But Sean does the out and out scalping. You can see on here, there's a lot of stuff on here, right? But if you just basically come down here and basically watch this video here of Crypto Picasso, some scalper training, some stuff on Swipecoin, he does go into it and explain it all in great detail, right? So training wise, you haven't really got that many videos to watch. Maybe 1 or 2 of Crypto Picasso, which will take you a couple hours. And if you just stick with Sean on his sessions, just watch the recordings here where he does the blueprint strategy, right? Just watch these. These are very recent. He explains it all in great detail. He even gives you printouts. There's a 4-step strategy on here to use. Okay, so there's a couple there where you can go off straight away. Now the reason I'm going off Swipecoin Scalper is because it's the easiest to use. It's visual. It's not that difficult. You get alerts on your phone, and you can enter trades. Look where I've drawn them 2 lines on there. You can see here further along where this trade happened. You can see how it's broke here, touched it, and then it's gone. Broke through here, come back and retested, and off it goes again. So you can see there is other trade opportunities here you can use. Sean does put the super trend thing on. So you can use that. Now, what I just want to quickly mention on this before I hop over onto CTrader. The reason I like this, right, is a lot of the stuff they use is built in to the indicator we've got HFX 321. Right, I'm going to be going through that tomorrow morning. I'll be on tomorrow at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right, I'll be on tomorrow and I'll be going through HFX 321 because a lot of the stuff, like super trend and things like that, it's already built into HFX 321. And the HFX 321 was originally designed anyway when we did it, put it together, was for impulse moves anyway. But we're going to be using it on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and we're going to be waiting for impulse moves when we get our ka-ching moves and stuff like that. We're going to be looking at those, and we're going to be using it in conjunction with key levels, because believe it or not, I have spent a little bit of time looking at the moves of Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, you'll see as time goes on that there's a reason why I've decided to move across to this. One last thing I've just remembered, on Ethereum, right? So on here, if you click on FUSD, it gives us Ethereum trades, right? Generally speaking, they've got to follow each other. Okay, so we've got a sell here on Ethereum, we've got a break here. Did come up and retested, but it's gone down. It's dropped quite dramatically, just the same as what Bitcoin done. Now, you can trade this on a Saturday and Sunday. Now, last week there was 19 trades, 19 calls, 19 trade ideas, I should say, on Ethereum. There was 19 on Bitcoin, so that's 38 opportunities in a week, in 7 days. Okay, if you don't want to trade the weekend, that's 7 plus 9, take 16 away from that, so there's 22 Monday to Friday, right? And there was 16 over last weekend. So, you know, there's plenty of opportunities here just off Swipecoin Scalper to get in and take trades. All we have to do is learn the strategies and get good at them. And tomorrow I'll be looking at Swipecoin Scalper and I'll have HFX 321 up and I'll show you the similarities of how this works and how it all comes together quite nicely, right? How we get ka-chings and how we can take entries on these trades and go, you know, win a lot of trades. That's what I like about it. All right, so we are trading for pips on this, but you can also use HFX 321 for HFX if you want to, and you can still use that. You can go down on smaller time frames, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whichever one you want to do, and you can trade. I think personally you should trade Ethereum against Bitcoin as a currency pair or a crypto pair if you're still using IQ Cent for the Forex and stuff like that. You don't trade them if you're using pocket option. You can still use pocket option. I think pocket option is going to be the best way to go. So we'll roll over on there. But with pocket option, you get higher payouts. Generally speaking, you can use the Ignite strategy, which is coming soon, which is here now. You can use the Ignite strategy. I'll probably mention that tomorrow. You can actually use that as well to trade on a 1 minute time frame, 1 minute, 5 minute time frames. You can use Ignite on currencies, and you can use it to you know, take trades on pocket option and get in for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes as well. It works really good on that as well. Millie Mills, by the way, is going to be teaching that, the Ignite strategy. So if you've still got the HFX pack, she's going to be teaching that. If you haven't, well, we're going to miss it, but we'll pick it up anyway. Basically, from what we know anyway, I'll be able to show you what to do on that. We've already been looking at it. Okay. One thing, just getting back to Ethereum, is on Ethereum, it's a little bit different. There we go. Ethereum is smaller. So with Ethereum, if you've only got a small account, you do still need a minimum of $125. So that's about 100 quid in your broker account to trade Ethereum. if you've got less than 200 pounds in your account, you won't be able to put trades on. Bitcoin is going to come back and tell you through IC markets that you haven't got enough money in your account to trade it. Okay, but you can't take the Ethereum trades because it works out a little bit differently pip wise. But when you do Ethereum, it just works the same. Forgot to mention this, is that when you get the break at the close, we'll just take it from here, is you can do 150, right? 150, 150, or you can do 300, and you can do 450, right? Or 1 to 3 trade if that's what you want to do. You can do up to 300 if you like, but personally I think 15 is enough, and that works at 150 is enough. That works out at about 15 pips. Ethereum, right? 15 pips stop loss, go for 15 pips. Okay, you see there, another one in trade. Doesn't really come anywhere near your stop loss. That trade would have hit TB2 as well. It looks like it might go up TB3. It's just starting to stall out there at the bottom. All right, so a little bit different there. Smaller sizes. That's because Ethereum is 10 times smaller, right? Or 10 times smaller than Bitcoin. All right. So it just works exactly the same way, except you just want to be doing 150. You can't go to 300, and I'm going to explain that on Seed Trader now. So if I want to put a trade on, right, I've got Ethereum up here. What I'll do is I'll just switch this to Bitcoin. Okay, this is Bitcoin here. We got, I've got a few lines on here, but just in some indicators, just ignore them for now. But what I've done is I've set this up. I'm going to put a trade on in a minute because this is a demo account. I've set this up. If you go to, let's open this up wider. If you go to these, the little cogwheel down here on Seed Trader on the settings.
Les, we're not seeing your Seed Trader. We're just seeing IM.
All right, hang on. Just share my screen again. Screen one. Sorry about that. Can you see that now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
If you go down on Seed Trader, down to settings here, there's a little setup here where it says quick trade. Okay. If you click on that quick trade, it gives you a little box here. And you can see here that I've got stop loss at 30,000 and take profit at 30,000. Right? Don't be put off by that, because when I put the trade on, you'll see that this is going to be just 15 pips. It'll come up as 30,000, but it's all to do with your lot size. Okay. Now, on Seed Trader itself, if I hover over this little box up here, you can see I've got a lot size in here of 0.10. Okay. And if we just scroll down and look here, it says here I'm risking $30 and I'm risking 3.1% of my account. If I adjust that lot size to 0.9, you can see there it's dropped now. I'm risking 2.79. And if I just adjust this lot size now, hover over it again, I'm only risking 1.5% there. So I'll go down a little bit more, 0.2, go to 3. Should be risking about 1% there. So if I just want to risk 1% on here, so what it's telling me there is I'm risking $9, right, on this account. I'm risking $9 to potentially win 9. This is where I want you to grasp this. I'm risking $9 to potentially win $9 if I go for 30 pip. If I go for TP2, TP3, I'm still risking $9 to potentially win $18 or even $27 if it goes that far. All right, but you do need the money in your account. So you see where it says estimated buy margin. I do need enough money to cover the margin. This is the leverage thing side of it, right? So it's telling me there that I need 328. Well, let's do it. Keep it disappearing. But if you can see it on there, where it says estimated buy margin, estimated sell margin, it's telling me that I need $328 to cover this trade. Okay. Now, in this demo account, I've got 967. So you can understand, if I now go down to 0.1, right, it's telling me there that at 0.01, I need $109 in my account, right? So this is what I'm saying to you. If you want to be trading this, you need at least a couple £100 in there to trade Bitcoin to make it worth your while. Because 0.02, you can see there, I'm not even risking 1% of the balance. It's quite small. So you're going to need, your lot size is going to need to be at 0.03, in my opinion. Right, about $250 you need to cover. Right, $250. Now, what will happen is, if you take a Bitcoin trade and your margin is, and you've only got $250 in your account, you try and take an Ethereum trade, it won't let you put that trade on. It'll say there's not enough money in your account. All right. So if you've got less than 200, right, in your account, just take the Ethereum trades and just build it up to 250. You really need to get it up to 350, 375, 400 even before you can start trading both of them. All right. It's all to do with leverage. It's also to do with safety, so you don't blow your account. This is why I like IC markets. They're trying to protect your account as well. You'll find with other brokers like Hugo's Way, Cot Forex, Osprey FX, I want to look at. I think they look okay. You'll find that they'll let you put the trade on, right? Depending on your leverage. Because they do 1 to 500 leverage, some of them do 1 to 1,000, right? So you just want to be careful of that. You don't want to be getting carried away here. Just start small and just build it up, right? This is, like I've said before, we're in this for the long haul. This is going to be generating income for us. The thing is, what I like about doing this trading is with these brokers is IC markets is a really trusted broker. You can put money in your account via PayPal. Skrill, use your debit card and you can withdraw to that debit card, no problem. You get your money straight away. It's instant. There's no waiting an hour, 24 hours or anything like that. You want to draw your money out, you get it instantly, right? It's not a problem. They'll give you it back instantly. If you want to open an account with IC Markets, if you haven't already got one, do it through paybackfx.com, right? I've mentioned this before. Open it through them. You've already opened the IC Markets. Just join PaybackFX, link your IC Markets account, and they'll send an email to IC Markets on your behalf, and they'll then link your account. Every time you put a trade on, you'll get paid, right? You'll get paid. However, when you trade in crypto, right, the payout is a lot smaller than what you would get trading Forex. So if you've got IC Markets, you can also open different accounts, right? So if you want to use one account to trade crypto, BT and Ethereum, you can. If you want to use another account to trade Forex, you can open another account, you can put some money in that, and you can use that one for Forex. I'm thinking about the Ignite strategy, which you can use to trade Forex. That's really popular. It's very successful. If you want to do that, so you can do it that way. There's loads of different ways you can do it, right? Well, the only thing is with IC Markets is you cannot trade Bitcoin, Ethereum on a weekend, right? It's Monday to Friday only. But if we do this right, you might only need Monday to Friday anyway. Right? Or if you're going to get 22 trades and you win 17 and lose 5, you know, it's 17 times 30 pips, and then you lose 5 of them minus 150. You're still going to make a couple of 200 pips a week on that. And if you're going, you know, for $9 a trade, you're still going to be making a couple of $100 a week at the end of it. And then that'll grow, obviously, exponentially as your lot sizes increase, as your account gets bigger. All right, so I've just got this set up. This is starting to go back up, right? But everything's red at the minute on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you, if I take a trade on Bitcoin now, I'm going to take a sell on this, right? And I've got 967 in this account. So what I'm going to do is just adjust this lot size up to around about 3%. So I'm going to risk $30 here on this trade. Okay, so I'm just going to do it as a sell. Oh yeah, 967's gone up 1,000. That's right. So the leverage, I need to just adjust that a little bit. Sorry, I was contradicting myself there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this down to 2%. Yeah, that'll do that. I'll drop this down to 2%. And I'm going to put the sell. Right, so that's going on there. All right. So it's leveraging. Right, it's using the leverage, but won't let me leverage any more than what I've got in the account. Okay, so I'm just leveraging right on this. But the most I'm going to lose is $30, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in on this just to make it a little bit clearer so you can see. So we can see it's quite small, really, from where price is. So I've got a stop loss here. And on yeah, it's $18, and I'm going to take profit of $18. Right? So we'll go back up here, 0.06. We can see I'm risking 1.86% of my equity on this trade. Now, this is why I like this. Once I've took this trade on, what I can do is I can go down to this little shield down here, and I just click on that, and it gives us this little pop-up thing here. Right? Now I'm risking 0.06 on this. Right? So what I can do is I can set a TP1 at 15,000, and what I'm going to do is take 0.02 then. Sorry, I'm going to do this 30,000 because that was this one's going to be 45. 60,000, sorry. 60. TP3 is going to be 90,000. So what I can do is I can 3, 2, 1. So what I've done here is right. I've got a TP1 in, a TP2, and a TP3. So what I'm doing is I'm risking 0.06. So what I'm telling C-Trader to do, I'm telling them, I'm saying when it reaches 30,000, right, I want you to take out half of the stake, right, half of my lot size, half of my profit. If it gets to 60,000 or 60 pips, I want you to take out a further 0.02. And then I just want 0.01 left in there to run. So what I'm basically doing is saying, right, I'm happy to take off when it hits 15. I'm going to let the rest run. So you can do it any way you want. You don't have to do this at all. I've got that set up there now. And then what I'm going to do is, where it says move stop loss to break even, I'm just going to check that. And I'm going to leave that as 0. What I'm going to do is put 10,000 in, right? Because that's going to be 10 pips. So when it reaches 10 pips, it's going to move my stop loss to break even. So I've got a risk-free trade. So all I need to do then is just click apply, right? So we can see now it's got TP, TP2, TP3. Now, just be careful when I've set this up, right? Because my take profit is set at 54505, right? Which is this year, right? So what we need to do is we need to adjust this TP1 here, right? We need to make this TP1. It should just take out that little bit. I don't know why that hasn't come up there as TP1 actually. Oh, it hasn't done that. Leave it there, 30,000. Don't want it to take it all out. I just want to take a little bit out. Just open my little cogwheel up here and check. Where's that gone? What's over there? Modify position. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to modify this to CB3, which is 53905.42. TP1's not coming up on there. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Well, that's that set up now, and you can see there I'm in slight profit there. We're about 6 pips at the minute. Right, also, hopefully that should hit 10. There we go. So what it's done now is it's actually moved my stop loss up to break even. So I'm in a break even trade now. Okay. And my trailing stop, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into here, a little cogwheel. I'm going to set trailing stop up and then protect. So what I've done now is, as price moves down, my trailing stop will follow 10 pips behind it. Okay, so it's all set up now to go down. Just get used to these thousands, right? Where it says 12,000, 13,000, it's actually just 12, 13 pips. So hopefully if it hits 15, we should get a little adjustment here out of it. But you can see now we trailing stop. I'll just zoom in here. My trailing stop there is starting to move in behind it. I've already secured 1.8 pips as this price is moving down. Not sure why TB1 isn't showing up on there. Should do because I've set it up. I just want there, it's hit 15, but it hasn't triggered. Just need to check this. Oh, it's at 30 pips, that's why I'm getting confused. Why is TB1 all the way down there? That's not right. Let's have a quick look on here. I've got this set up right. That's it there. Must have an extra zero put in there. So there we go. Look, I've got that set up there now. TB1, TB2, TB3. I'm in a risk-free trade now, so whatever happens, you know, I'm gonna get out of this with 2.6 pips. I know it's only $1.66 at the minute, but I am using, you know, pretty low stakes. So you're going to need, you're probably going to end up starting off with 0.01 on a low account. If you've only got 100 and something in, this is on Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can still trade Ethereum, but like I say, that's set up now. I can just let that run. I'm not bothered now. I'm saying it's a live trade, it's running, and I'm in profit. So whatever happens, it's going to be a winning trade. It might only be a couple of pips, or it could be 15, it could be 30, it could be 30, it could be 60, it could be 90. All right, so that's that done. Now, if you want to put the trade on MT4, let's basically get this out of the way. T4. Money in this one, I'm trying to find the demo account. Okay, so we've got a demo account up here. Now, this is going to work a little bit differently. Can you see this MT4, by the way? Can you see it, MT4?
Yeah, I can see it. There's
Lovely, thanks.
Yeah, I can see it, Les.
Yeah, lovely. So again, if I want to put the trade on here, what you can do is just right mouse click on the chart. You can set a one-click trading and stuff like that, but all you really want to do is you can have your little box set up here and you can click the trades on if you want to, or you can just go to new order, and when you click on new order, what it's going to do is it's going to bring this box up here and it's going to give you stop loss and take profit, right? It's set up as market execution, so I'll just move that back into there. Move that over there. So just so we can see the chart. And then if we just go off this last Bitcoin, yeah. If we go off this last Bitcoin one, yeah, just to show you market execution, I'll just move this down here. I'll just do a short position from here. It's just hit TP1 there, by the way, on that trade. 30 pips. So I've got I've took half my profit out now for 30 pips. So at the minute, I'm running a $9 profit on CTrader. And it's just come back and hit me trailing stop. So I'm out of that trade now. All right, it's just popped back up. The trailing stop was only 10 pips. I might need to make that a little bit bigger. Maybe go for 15 on that. Yeah, so 38 pips I've got out with on that trade, on that sell. Okay, so just took 38 pips there on this Bitcoin trade here. So again with MT4, what we're doing is we're just looking for 300 on Bitcoin. 300. So we'll roughly do this And then we can see there, if I want to put a trade on now, I'll just go on new order, this box pops up, and then put the price in here, which is 55,005 will do. Now we'll take profit, it's going to be 54,384. Okay, market execution, we'll go for a sell. Right, oh, and that's it done. So on the chart itself now, you can see there's my stop loss up there. We take profit. It is down here. Just to show you, I forgot to adjust the. It's been a while since I've done it. The volume again down here. You've got what you can use here. Sorry, I forgot to adjust the lot size on that trade, so you can do that. It's really important that you put your stop loss in and stuff like that. Anyway, it looks like it might go down and hit that. But that dropped quite a bit by the time I took that, so I would have probably needed adjustment. So I'm only going to get a few pips out of that if it hits that. Now, on here, you're going to need to import and install some expert advisors, right? These EAs that go in. It's been a while since I've used it, but you can Google them.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've used MT4 as well, Les.
MT4 indicators. Some of them you buy, some of them's free. It's different ones here. You can see someone here. But I can't remember, I'll have to look through. I'll have to, this is Hugo's way. Well, I've just been trying out, but I've got MT4 IC markets. I'll put that back on. I've got all my years in there, which I'll go through, and then we can do that at another date for that. But hopefully, you've got the gist of that now.
Yeah, brilliant, Les, thanks.
I'll just bring that down there, just to show you. Couple of trades there. That's them both there. Right, I think I did 38 pips on that, 38,000. Just trying to. Pretty sure what's happening. But anyway, you can see there, $80. I wasn't in the trade that long. It looks like it's heading down now. That should hit that very soon. Of course, it depends on the spread as well. Just pay attention to your spread. Here, 5, 6. Spread is in here. Looks like it's hit that. Should go off in a minute. Spread wise. Okay, so on Seed Trader, if you go and take a trade on Ethereum, what I've just done is when I do, you'll see on Ethereum, it's a lot less. If I hover over there, I'll just go back to Bitcoin. Just to show you, remember the margin on Bitcoin there. You've got to have the money in your account to cover it. So I could only put a 0.06, 1.83% I risk on the account. But when I switch to Ethereum, and I've got the same lot size in here, you can see it's only risking $50, right? So Ethereum, because it's not as big, Bitcoin is actually $1. One pip equals $1. Whereas on Ethereum, 1 pip will equal, I think it's about 10 cents or something, right? So you've got to adjust it accordingly. So again, we can just leave it at 0.06. We're still winning, but we're still risking the same amount of money. However, the margin is a lot less, right? So we can actually put more on if we want to. So if you want to risk 3% on that, $30, you've got more than enough in there to do it. Okay, so you can see why if you've only got 100 quid in, 125 quid, you can see, yeah, that you can actually risk a lot more on the trade on Ethereum, right? Also, just be aware of that, of how you do it. But it's all down to the lot size and the adjustment of the lot size and what you actually want to risk on the trades. All right. Ethereum there, you're only risking 0.91% on Ethereum and 0.03 for the same amount. To win the same amount as what you did on Bitcoin. Okay. Just remember, I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but just remember that close that down. Just remember on Swipecoin. Just remember on Swipecoin. But they tend to follow. They tend to do the same thing, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. Well, you see there, that's like it's tanking here, something's happening today. Don't really take too much notice of this. These alerts where you get these buys and stuff like that. It's given us a buy there 2 days ago. You know, this is what we're looking at. Don't really take too much notice of that. If you click on original, you go to smooth, and what you'll find is on smooth, you'll find that Crypto Picasso has done some markups on here. Where he gives his thoughts of what's happening. Right, gives you his ideas of what he thinks might happen on these. So you haven't got anything on there at the minute. So you can, oh, there's got a little, sorry, potential buys now. So he's waiting for Ethereum to come down and hit this zone, and he thinks it's going to reverse and you can buy. So he's identified this area here, and he's thinking that this is going to come down, and it gets here, and there's a potential for a buy. So he does more swing trading now. But like I say, if you stick to Sean, his blueprint strategy and the simple strategy I've just shown you, there I think you'll be pretty much okay. You just got to get your head around it. So just do it on demo, right? Or get all your mistakes ironed out on demo. Because if you're using Seed Trader, you've got to understand your lot sizes. You've got to understand your pips. If you're going for pips, if you're using MT4, you just need to put the price in on MT4. You just need to put those prices in. That trade won there, by the way. We won $24.39 of that one as well. So it's a scalper. So just get into your head that 30 pips scalping 15 pips on Ethereum, 30 pips on Bitcoin, particularly during the day when it's busiest. You know, you're not going to be in the trade too long. You're actually scalping. You know, we're not going for 1, 2, 3s and 5s here. We're going for 15s and 30s. So just remember that. I think we'll get a lot of enjoyment out of this, a lot of fun out of it. We just need to understand how it works, make sure we've got our lot sizes right and stuff like that when we're placing our trades. Like I say, do it on demo. Watch Sean. Watch him for his blueprint strategy. When you open Swipecoin up, Swipecoin Scalper up, do watch that video as well, because he just tell you about entering trades on here and using that pretty simple strategy on the original. So just be aware of that as well. Cheers. Thank you. And we'll be pretty much good to go now. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and I will be doing HFX 321 on there. How we can incorporate that with what's happening on here for entries and stuff like that. Just so we're getting an understanding. It's basically using the same strategies as what we were using on HFX 321 before. Generally speaking, chart. So we can see up here on the 15-minute time frame. I'll just get this next one just to give you a little taste of it. So we got to sell there at 145. Right, we got a ka-ching here a little bit earlier. It's telling us, right, when we got the ka-ching. And off it goes. All right, so there's a ka-ching here. You can wait for the retest and get in on these arrows. That's what I'm saying, these bold arrows are your entry points. Okay, so the ka-ching, the way this is set up, these ka-chings on here are telling us when we've got momentum, right? When we've got momentum, and what we mean by that is that there's volume coming into the market, there's a push happening, so we get the ka-ching. All right, so there is a possibility here. Obviously, there's a few things on here. The EMA is still green, so if you wait till it all changes red, 145 we get the sell. We're looking at getting in the trade here, maybe around about 2 o'clock, 2:30. But you know, this just tallies up exactly with it, exactly what's happened there. All right, so this happens all the time on here. You can set alerts up on here as well, so it does work really well with Swipecoin. So you know, I'm going to go through this tomorrow and what it all means anyway. So you've got an understanding of this as well. All right, but that's it from me. I'm going to have to go. As usual, I've gone over time. But hopefully you've got some benefit from that. This has been recorded. If you want to watch it back, great. If not, fine. I'll just post it in the VIP group anyway. But I'm going to have to go. And I'll see some of you tomorrow. I'll be on at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Right, I won't have to go out tomorrow. So I'll be on at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll just be looking at Swipecoin in conjunction with HFX 321. And we'll be looking to see what's happening with the trades. Right? All this is designed to just give you confidence, so you can look for confirmation, you can look for correlation. Right? Well, this is what we want. Right? Well, that's all we're looking for. That's it from me, guys.
Brilliant, Les. Thanks so much.
I'll see some of you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yep, thanks, Les.
See you later.
See ya.